Hey, what it is, boys. So we're going to be covering another build guide, this time for the Rogue, for the early access and the open beta, because as most of you know, if you do hit level 20 during this period, you will get some rewards that actually carry over to the main game. Those being the two titles, I believe they were Initial Casualty and Early Voyager. And we're also going to get the pretty snazzy looking cosmetic, the Beta Pup Pack. And of course, we're gonna get to actually play the game, which for me is the best part. That's sick. That's what I'm looking forward to. But anyways, if you're not going to be playing the early access beta, perhaps you've not pre-ordered the game, then you can actually just head over to my stream. I'll be playing it like an absolute madman, answering questions and just generally talking about the experience with it. So if you're looking for that, then that will be in the description down below. There'll be a link there or whatever. Anyways, that's enough flapping from me. Let's jump straight into the build. So starting things off, we put our first 2 points into Forceful Arrow. And Forceful Arrow is an arrow that we shoot, and every third cast will make the enemy that we hit vulnerable. And what that means is that they take extra damage for the duration of the debuff. At level 3, we like the video and subscribe to the channel, while also taking Enhanced Forceful Arrow, which also increases our critical hit chance on that third cast for that shot. Then you have to make a decision at level 4 whether you're going to be going ranged or melee. And for this example, I'm going to be going for Barrage, but for the for the melee version of this build, just change every time I say Barrage to Flurry, and you're golden. So anyways, we put a point into Barrage, we enhance it, and then we go for improved Barrage as well. Barrage is just a sort of string of arrows that we shoot out that deal a low amount of damage, but there's a lot of them, and there's a chance that they'll ricochet off and hit another enemy at further reduced damage. It's a very satisfying ability to use, even though I did absolutely no justice with the explanation there. But what are you going to do? Arrest me. Enhanced Barrage increases the chance of ricochet to 100% for arrows that damage a vulnerable enemy or critically strike any enemy. And then improved Barrage means that every third cast of Barrage makes enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds. And then we go back at level 7 to put a point in primary Forceful Arrow. This then allows Forceful Arrow to pass through vulnerable enemies. After that, we're going to move on to the agility talents, and we're going to put 1 point into dash and 1 point into shadow step. This means that we're going to be going like crazy fast throughout the maps and allowing us to reposition for our barrages and stuff like that very, very easily. This is just, straightforward, simple mobility. It's going to be a lot of fun. So at levels 10 to 12, we'll put some extra points into Barrage to unlock the Subterfuge talent row, and we'll go with Dark Shadow first because this will be our first defensive. The way it works is it surrounds our character with 5 protective shadows, and for each time we get hit, we'll receive some damage reduction against that hit and we'll lose a stack. For levels 14 and 15, we'll take Enhanced and then Subverting Dark Shadow. And this will allow Dark Shadow to, first of all, have a 10% chance to not consume a stack when we're hit, and also give us 3% movement speed for each stack that we do have. So that's a maximum of 15%. We are going to be fast as fuck, boys. Level 16, 1 more talent into Barrage, and level 17 we'll put a point into Exploit, and Exploit increases our damage against healthy and injured enemies, which just to me sounds like it means all enemies. Now that we've unlocked Imbuements, we're going to put a point into Shadow Imbuement, and what this does is it empowers our next 2 imbutable skills with shadow damage, and if we kill the enemy, we'll actually make them explode and deal damage to all enemies around them. Level 19 and 20, we enhance it and take Blended Shadow Imbuement, and this gives us, first of all, a 30% increased crit strike chance against that enemy, and then also a place vulnerable to any enemies not killed by the explosion but are hit by it. At level 20 as well, we're going to switch from combo points to Inner Sight. Now, I forgot to mention this, but combo points would have been the first specialization we would have had to pick, and this empowers our attacks, as you guys are probably already aware of because I've said it too late into the video. But Inner Sight, this is going to be a really cool switch. What it allows us to do is actually target enemies, and when we hit them, we'll gain Inner Sight. Once the bar is full, we can then pop it like a cooldown, and it will give us unlimited energy, so we can just absolutely blast Barrage and all of our talents like lunatics. It's going to be an absolute ton of fun. At level 21, you're going to put a point into Shadow Crash, and you're going to put 3 points into Consuming Shadows. And what that's going to do for you is give your shadow damage a 10% chance to stun an enemy for half a second, and also each time you kill an enemy with shadow damage, you will generate 30 energy. And then we put a couple more points into Exploit. This will then allow us to unlock our ultimate talent tree, and we're going to go with Shadow Clone. And this is going to be nice and simple. You just create a clone that mimics your abilities for 15 seconds at some reduced damage. But man, can you just imagine popping off double barrages within a sight? This is going to be lunacy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And there is the build. I'm actually certain this one's going to be one of the fastest levelers out of all of the classes. Looking very much forward to playing it this weekend. And again, if you're not going to be playing the early access beta, you can come and check out the Twitch. Link in the description. We'll be playing this like actual crack fiends the entire time. My plan is to get every character to level 25 at the very least. And there will be guides for each and every class coming up on the channel as well. Actually, on that note, like, which classes are you guys most excited to play? I have a funny feeling Barb is going to be right up there, but I definitely want to hear, you know, where people's play styles are lying, because I just play Barbarian all the time. I'm very single-minded in that respect. Barb will be my main, almost certainly, unless I'm like taken by surprise by one of the other classes I've not yet to really see, like the Necromancer and the Druid. I've not seen too much of, so when I play those, maybe they might be able to sway me. But what are you looking forward to playing? I'd be really interested to hear. If you like the video, as always, you can support the channel as easily as just by, you know, hitting the like button and subscribing. There'll be a ton of Diablo content, not just guides, but I also intend to try and push leaderboards and stuff like that. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.